Alright, over here we have an example of a rhino snare. There are two things that give away that it's set for a rhino. Number one is the thickness of the cable. It's extremely thick, normally taken from the mines, the mining cable. And number two is how close it is to the ground. You can see it's almost touching the floor over here. That's because animals such as the white rhino, they walk with their heads very, very close to the ground. Alright, so what they'll do is they'll find a path where they can see the animals have been moving. Get a cable, tie it to a nice, big, firm, strong tree. A rhino is a very strong animal, therefore it needs to be a very solid base fastened to it. They'll take that snare, low to the ground, tie it up with bark ties all the way around so it's being held open, and then put the slip knot on the end. Fasten it to the tree, move off, sit somewhere where they can watch it, or come back every other day and check on that snare. So once we find something like this, we know for sure it's definitely set for a rhino. Rhinos are very habit-forming creatures. They use the same paths day in, day out to go to water, go to grazing. So you can see very clearly where a rhino is walking, finding his fresh tracks. It makes literally a path in the bush. So the poachers find these paths, see there's fresh movement of rhino up and down, and they'll set a snare just like this one. It's very good for them because there's no gunshot for us to detect them. We can't hear them when they actually get the animal. But the bad thing is, if we find one of these, it gives away their position. We know for sure these animals are going to come here. We know for sure the poachers have to come and check on them. So what we'll do is we'll deactivate the snare, let it lie on the ground so it can't catch any animals, and set a nice, proper, laid and rehearsed ambush. When these poachers come to check on that animal, obviously they want to see every other day if the animal has been caught or not. The second they arrive, ambush is sprung, poachers are caught, taken away, straight to jail, and the rhino gets to live another day.